Introducing Endrika A.J. Austin, award-winning entrepreneur, best-selling author of multiple books, master book coach, business coach, life coach, professional speaker, trainer, and storyteller. Going from homelessness, job downsizing, divorce, and the death of her mother on the same day, she is the living definition of her name, which means strong and courageous. A.J. Austin realized that poverty is a mindset and self-empowerment is the key to turning obstacles into opportunities in life and business using the power of your story to help build a legacy. She set out on a mission to help change the statistic that 70% of women small business owners make less than $25,000 per year. She's received over $100,000 in scholarship to complete her degree, specializing in training and development from Mercer University. Soon after, she enlisted in a movement to train and certify life coaches around the world. AJ taught herself how to share a good story and use it as leverage to instantly increase your impact, influence, and income. She is the best in her field as a world-class coach, facilitating trainings that teach business leaders how to confidently convert conversations to clients, cash, checks, and credit cards. Miss Austin also runs the internationally recognized multi-million-dollar ministry division of a life coach training and certification company where she leads and facilitates the teachings for those wishing to use their life experience along with this training to add additional streams of income by becoming a coach and learning how to share their story in a self-published book. She has impacted hundreds of thousands through online and offline symposiums, panels, conferences, workshops, private trainings, coaching, and mentoring. She's a business owner with hundreds of clients and partners around the world, a best-selling author of several empowering books, including Messaging Magic, How to Confidently Convert Conversations to Clients, Cash, Checks, and Credit Cards, and Secrets of a Socialprenista, featuring the top 8 mistakes women small business owners make that leave them broke, stuck, and struggling in their business, and she gives them inspiration for the journey. Her books and training materials and coaching programs are distributed as far as the Cayman Islands, Vietnam, the United Kingdom, and all across North America. A.J. Austin then founded The Boss of Me, an encouraging, empowering, and educational online platform that helps women become authors and leave a legacy for generations to come, and has launched hundreds of trainings in a virtual community to help aspiring and established authors stand in authority and be recognized for what they've been through, successfully come out of, and how they can now help others succeed. From homelessness to highly respected today, AJ is the recipient of the Saving Our Families and Children's Economic Empowerment Award and the Mercer University Training and Development Outstanding Accomplishment Award. Now introducing Endrika J. Austin.
Welcome, A.J. Austin. She has incredible talents of how to craft these messages, but how we need to maybe get a little bit more inspirational experience from our own garden, for us to take the moment to get inspired, then for us to create the message. So, A.J., please welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. You guys are in my city, hot Atlanta, Georgia. I heard you were treated well. This is the last day. Can I get a good morning? Good morning. All right. It sounds like you're having a good time. I'm looking forward to sharing today. I'm going to speak to you kind of sideways. I thought I could rescue my laptop from here, but no. So you guys work with me. How are you enjoying the symposium so far? Yeah, I said a couple minutes. I don't have my glasses showing you guys. I left it in my car, so please bear with me. Yes, thank you. So this session is called Dig, Seed, Water, Grow. What a fun play on words, right? The botanical gardens. I'm learning so much about you guys. I rarely get a chance to come
and see the garden. I've been a couple of times, but I said I need to be a tourist for the day and see what you guys get to see all the time. So thank you for having me. Thank you to Melissa and Joan. I really appreciate your hospitality and organizing today's session. So this session is designed to help you learn how to create stories that will evoke emotion, and they'll convey what I call magic. It's going to be a magical experience for you to enhance your membership and inspire your donors. Excuse me. This highly interactive session is going to change the way you communicate about your garden and equip you with the template. I'm going to share with you guys the template for what to use in your marketing message, and we're going to talk story structure. How does that sound? Yeah, cool. I'm glad y'all excited. Me too. All right, so here's our session agenda. Again, it's dig, seed, water, grow, and then at the end we're going to do a little weeding, and that's where I share with you how you can dive a little bit deeper into this concept using a magic formula and a resource that I have available for you as well. So everything we're about to dive into is about enhancing the message and the storytelling or the story selling. Raise your hand if you've heard about story selling. Not quite half? Okay, good. I got some people to teach. Cool. So story selling is all about the experience, and it's going to help you, again, increase your future membership, donor, sponsor, and project support. I have a mentor, Russell Brunson. He is multimillionaire. He made $3 million in 90 minutes recently. And his whole, right, that. That's what I said too. So I figured he had some valuable advice to share with us. And he said, tell a great story and get prospects to buy. In your case, get prospects to donate, to sponsor, and I'll share a little bit more about that. That is me and one of my mentors here in Atlanta, Bernetta, and there's a whole story behind it. We don't have time to get into it today. Let's dig. You guys ready to dig? Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, I'm going to take a moment to share my own story, and I'm going to introduce you to kind of how storytelling works. I know we've all heard stories. I'm not going to act like I'm the smartest person in the room. I'm just going to give you my formula for how I do it, and then in turn show you how you can do it too as you start to communicate in your upcoming funding seasons. So this is going to introduce the session and kind of set the expectations, and again, it's what I call digging. It was April 2008. I was living in a prison that had been converted into a transitional housing for the working poor. I had scheduled time off work that day to go down to the local courthouse for the hearing that would make my divorce from a 5-year marriage final. I happily signed on the dotted line and headed out of the courtroom. I approached the elevators and I pushed the down button. The doors opened. I stepped inside and I pushed the button labeled lobby as I thought to myself, I wonder how many people have been as happy as I am right now to leave this building. I was excited that that part of my day and my story was finally over. I exhaled as the doors began to close, and I saw my now ex-husband for the last time. Because I was already off work that day, I also had a scheduled television appearance at a local NBC studio here in the Georgia area. And this was to promote a new business that I managed to work on the weekends and after work hours. This will be my second time on television, and I was really looking forward to it. And then my phone rang. Hello, I answered. On the other end was my cousin calling to tell me that my mom had just passed away. She was 47 years old. She was also a 15-year small business owner, and her biggest dream was to be a homeowner and have a brand new house built from the ground up, and she did. This was when something I call messaging magic first appeared in my life, and I'll share more with you coming up. I was later offered the option to own my mom's new home. This was my life now. I'm not sure if I mentioned this a few moments ago, but I was homeless, living in this transitional house, and now had the opportunity to start over and go from homeless to homeowner. The story continues. A few days later, the series of events hit me hard. You guys, I found myself back at work, locked in a small stall in the bathroom, crying uncontrollably. Absenteeism was actually frowned upon at the job I had at the time, and I had already taken off for the divorce trial and then for my mom's However, my supervisor recommended that I take an additional day or two to get myself completely together as much as I could, and so I did. But while on bereavement, I received a phone call that my team and our entire department had been downsized while I was away, and that I did not have a job to return to. And then I remembered always wanting to create my own dream job. You know, the job you sit in your cubicle you really want to do. Maybe it's even higher up in the organization you're with now. You don't have to blink or okay, it wasn't just me. So this was my opportunity to potentially live the dream. I decided to seize this time as my chance to be in a place of freedom, working for myself. It was time to pursue my future, becoming an entrepreneur. So once the dust settled from the series of events of my life, I took some time to sit with God and I processed my thoughts and everything that had recently occurred in my life. You know, homelessness, divorce, the death of my mom, the downsizing of my job, etc. I needed to get my story straight. Everything that I'd been through, starting on that one day, gave me deeper insight into what was next for me. So I began to read business books and research success stories of entrepreneurs, and I attended networking events and fellowships with women who were in business for themselves and living the lifestyle that I desired as a newly unemployed, future, full-time entrepreneur. Then I wrote several books. Now, in these books, I shared what I discovered while I was networking, and what women shared with me was their biggest struggle in business and why they were broke, why they were stuck, and why they were struggling, and I knew exactly what it was. It was because I didn't understand when I talked to someone and I said, so what do you do? There were 4 things missing. The first thing is what they did in their business. The second thing was why they chose the type of business they did and where that passion came from and why I needed to care. The third thing was how or why I could connect with them to help me get to my next level in my life, in my business. And the fourth thing was I wanted to hear the stories of what got them from where they were to where they were with me. After all, I had just come through a series of obstacles that was already just waiting to be turned into opportunities in my new entrepreneurship in my life. So who am I? I'm Endrika J. Austin. Who knew this is where I would land, right here with you guys today? That journey several years ago, 11 years this year to be exact, was now giving me the platform that I needed to give business leaders, executives, membership directors, nonprofit organizations, for-profit organizations, social enterprise, you guys get it, right? Business leaders, insight onto things and how to make more money telling their story, regardless of the type of organization it is. So, over the years, I've received over $100,000 in scholarships, won awards. One you see here is from Mercer University for being dedicated to the profession. That's what the award says. And I received certain certifications. I'm a certified life and business coach at the master's level, and now I train and certify life coaches here in the Atlanta area. And this all came from sharing my story. So our chat today, and my new book, Messaging Magic, which is the basis for our chat today, if you would like a copy, you can simply text me your email address. I'll send you a link to purchase, and you can send it to 770-744-4475. If I talk too fast and you miss this, don't worry, I got another one coming up. So this is Messaging Magic. It's how I want to help you bring more money into your organization using the power of your story. Now, I've studied this process for 3 years now, and I formulated 5 steps. MAGIC is actually an acronym, and I'll share that coming up. We'll only have time to dive into about 3 today, but the remaining parts of the Messaging Magic formula is, of course, found in the Messaging Magic book you'll receive when you text your email address to me. Now, this is a process that most businesses and associations and organizations do not know about, and it can make a big difference in the dollars that come in. The outcome of what I share today as we dig, seed, water, and grow is to help you create a mini template for impactful marketing messaging and story structure to use in the future for your annual and your seasonal renewal letters, emails, and other communications with funders, in an effort to continue expanding the legacy of your nonprofit organization using messaging magic. Seed. That was the dig portion. We made it through that. Any questions? Good. Let's seed together. So this next session, I want to give you guys about 20 minutes. It's considered a mind capture. That's what Melissa and I decided we would call it. And this is an activity where you're going to get to go outside. Again, 20 minutes. I heard it was 108 of you guys. So I mean, all of you guys watching your clock. And you're going to go outside. And you're going to, of course, get beyond the four walls. Immerse yourself in the surrounding beauty of the garden using all 5 senses. Who knows what all 5 senses are? Shout it out. Sight, hearing, smell, taste, touch. I had to look that up last night, actually. You guys. So that's what we're going to use, all 5 senses. Let me tell you how that works. So once you step outside and you're going to be surrounded in the garden, you're going to think to yourself, what's the touch? What does it feel like to touch this experience? If you remember my story, I touched the elevator button to push down, to push lobby. I tasted. Now, let me tell you this too. These words do not have to be taken literally. Because I didn't eat anything in my story, right? But I tasted the freedom of being an entrepreneur. So what does it look like to taste the garden experience? You gotta get really creative, okay? Then feel. What does it feel like? I felt excited for where I was headed. You guys notice my eyes lit up, my voice may have gotten a little bit lighter. I was really excited, so that was the feeling. Smell. Now again, I didn't smell anything that I remember that day, but when you think about an alternate word, I did breathe a sigh of relief. So how can you take the breath of the experience of visiting the garden? And then here, I heard my phone ring in my purse when my cousin was calling to give me the news of my mother passed. So your goal in this mind capture is to take in the experience, and I want you to bring it back with words using all 5 senses. Remember those, okay? Bring back these words that's going to motivate someone else to want to share in the experience themselves. And it's going to motivate them to want to help fund the experience for someone else as well. I'll show you how to use these words as we water in our next session. Before we go, any questions? No? So can we all rise? Melissa, do you have the cards?
I do.
Does anyone think they know how they're going to start their story? No? What was the last 20 minutes for? Okay, so let me give you a hint. Your goal is to take the experience you just had, bring it back here, hold up your jumbo cards for me, and hold up mine. Let me show you guys how this works. Oh, you know what? You don't need my card because my website is on the back of this, so if you need to contact me like Elizabeth, you can find me here. On the blank side, this should be your words. Who wants to share just a few of their words? Anybody? I see a hand. What's your name?
Claudia.
Claudia. All right.
Happy bird saying I'm alive, the day is good.
Oh, how cute. Anyone else want to share? Yes. Name?
I'm Vernon.
Vernon.
And taste was newness.
Ooh, that's it. I like that. Taste was newness. Anyone else? Kind of, sort of. Name?
Marilyn.
Marilyn.
Felt the serenity of my surroundings.
Oh, I felt the serenity of my surroundings. I did too, and I walked past this plant and I looked because it smelled amazing. I could not pronounce the name, but I'm gonna go ahead and buy it and take a picture of it. So you guys got all of the experience. Awesome. Anyone else want to share? Yes. Name?
Lynn,
Lynn.
tranquility transported me to Japan, out in the Japanese garden.
Oh, I was like, wait, you're in Atlanta. Okay. That's awesome. Now I got a moment.
I left Atlanta and felt
Okay.
like I was in the
That's
tranquility
awesome.
of a Japanese
I'm
garden.
glad you said that, Lynn. Thank you so much for sharing that because that gets into storytelling. You're going to have to sell the experience. From what I understand, when you raise money, you guys are sending emails and newsletters and maybe magazines and things like that. Do you sell the experience of someone actually transporting from Atlanta to Japan or wherever your garden is? Yes, you do that already? Can you give me, no? Thank you for being honest. I appreciate it. Who said they do that already? I saw a head nod. I want to see an example. No? Okay, y'all scared. Don't be scared. Yeah?
Easily experience tranquility.
Experience tranquility
All from the garden.
as you walk through the garden.
Well, just the 2 words, experience tranquility.
Okay. Did you write that on your card?
It is on our cards. It's on our red card.
What's on your card here?
I know I didn't write it.
Did you write?
Feel the boundless energy of the birds.
Oh, the boundless energy, and they're singing, and we're in Japan. You guys see how this is coming together? You guys did a lot without me. I appreciate that. So this experience is about motivating someone to want to share in that experience and also help you fund it. Remember we talked about that before we left. So now we're going to get into how to water. Let's make our garden grow with water. Okay. So this is where we're going to take about 20 minutes, and I want you guys at the table, since you're already paired, I didn't know how we would be seated, but I want you to talk amongst yourselves about the words that you use, because I believe you can feed off of each other. And like I said, I'm not the smartest person in the room, so you guys have knowledge to share with each other. So I want to hear from maybe 1 or 2 table representatives when we wrap this up, but using the cards that have been given to you and with your words on them, I want you to capture that experience. And I want you to be able to write an inspirational message. We already had 2 words here, we had a couple words here, so let's put something together, okay? Let's start making it make sense. Are there any representatives from the same line here? All right, they're done. You guys are together? Okay, so I need y'all to find somebody else. Sit at your table. I know what you were. Don't cheat on each other anymore, okay? So, using these cards, you're going to, again, describe the experience, because now you're inside. Just like when I talked to you about my story, you guys were not there with me, but when your head went like this, and and I met someone in the back and they said, the story was powerful. You guys were there with me. So I need you to take us there, act like you have a million dollar check in our hand, convince us why we should sow. And again, remember, you're using those 5 senses, but I want you to be descriptive as possible.
Lisa Dietrich. I'm the Associate Director of Longwood Gardens, and I just would like to say working with AJ has been fantastic. We have been working for 2 years planning a symposium for professionals of public gardens across the U.S. We had 117 colleagues join us. AJ was able to lead us through a workshop to talk about how to explore our gardens, but create a very specific message to connect to our donors, our members, and engaging them to help support public gardens. So thank you, AJ.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it.
Please,
Safe to walk here now?
if you need
Yes. Sorry.
No, we just didn't want to get in the way.
You don't want to get in the way.
to talk to about how it was working with you.
Okay.
You know, please send them my way.